All right, so I'm here to show you a kind of a step-by-step process on how to link one Google form to the next when you're creating a digital breakout for your students. So first, let's create the form itself. So, let me hit the back button there quickly. There we go. So let's create a new form. Down here, Google form. Great. All right. So let's pretend that this page is going to be my directions page, because this is going to be the very first form that they see. So directions. All right. Usually for the directions page, I'm just going to give my students the password. That way they can begin. So I'll just write that in the description right here. Go. Okay, so directions are created. Let's create the question itself. In this situation, I just want them to type in the password. So my question is simply going to be, what is the password? So I want, awesome. So form does that. It kind of realized that I want them to respond in a short answer format, so it changes it. Let's make this a required question right down here. And then I need to make sure that the form knows what answer I'm looking for. So response validation. So again, I click these three boxes here. I go to response validation, and then I want their response to be in the form of a text. I want it to contain, not doesn't, or email address or URL. I want it to contain this text. And all caps, go. If they're typing in the wrong thing, what message do I want the students to see? Well, I'll enter that in right here, and maybe I'll give them maybe a little hint. There we go. So that should help nudge them in the right direction. So now, this form is created, right? One thing I do need to make sure of is if they enter in the right password, how do I give them the link to the next Google form or website or whatever it is you're trying to link this page to? Well, up here in settings, you're going to go to presentation. And right here, the confirmation message. So if they type in the correct answer, they'll be taken to another page that says, you know, congratulations, you've passed. Follow this link or something like that. So you put the link right here. So if I want this form, if they answer it correctly, to be attached to another Google form, another step in this digital breakout, I have to create that form first, obviously. So let's go back to my drive. All right, and actually make sure that this is titled just to kind of keep me organized in my drive. Great, directions. Wonderful, directions. So let's create the next form. And if they just typed in go and click submit and they get the link, most likely they're going to be going to clue number 1 if I'm going to go with like the clue format or the true escape room style. So I'm going to name this clue number 1. Change the, nice, okay. So no need for really descriptions here, right? There are my directions. And this is the page I want my students to be linked to after correctly answering the directions page. Okay, so how do I do that? So I click send, and then right here, I'm going to want the link to this form. I'm going to shorten this URL here. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to slide that link right over to the message my students are going to see. Confirmation message. Boom. So click save. And now let's preview this thing. So if they answer this question correctly, they should end up on this page. All right? So let's do this. Let's do preview and see if it works. So let's pretend I'm an 8th grade student. I didn't read the directions fully. The password to begin is go. So I just, Red means stop, green means, yeah, go. I got it. I typed it. Why isn't it letting me through? Oh, remember to type in all caps. Okay. Tricky. There we go. So the red message goes away. I can submit, and there it is. The link to my next Google form, and it should take me to clue number 1. And there you have it. So it's the same process over and over, no matter how many clues you want, no matter if you want this page to be a website or what have you. That's the process in creating not only the question format itself and how to make sure the form understands what message and answer you want the student to submit, but also how to link whatever that next page is into the process. All right, hopefully this was helpful. If you have any more questions or if you have anything further you want to kind of explore or ask of me or Mr. Clark, just give us a ring or stop on by. Thanks.